A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and... Hello!
Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
Hello!
Hello. Hello. Welcome
Hello!
back to another exciting show. It's time for us. You know it's time to go. We're gonna get down with these football facts. We're gonna get down and play blackjack, 'cause we're gambling with our lives when we're on this show. We have so many death threats I don't even know. We're gonna die one day, but until then we will keep talking about football, paying those bills on football is a sport.
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 Now when I'm playing football, I like to do some things, like look at the sun and see what it brings, because I need a lot of vitamin D to play football and make the three-pointer. I score 3 points when I kick the ball, when I throw the ball, when I touch my balls. There are so many ways of earning points in football. So many ways.
Football is a sport.
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 Football is a sport. Hello.
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 Hello. Hello.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
We're glad to have you here.
You're going to learn so much on tonight's episode of Football is a Sport.
We have exciting sports facts for you, as we always do.
We also have exciting sport opinions. What do we think about this? It's slightly different than what we think about that. What do you think about that?
I think that is pretty great, but I think this is even better.
Oh, you do know how to rank things.
That's true. You know what else I think?
What?
I think that football is a sport.
Football is a sport.
Football is a sport.
Oh, yes, it is.
Football is a sport.
I have a hernia.
Football is a
I
sport.
need to check the symptoms.
Football is a sport.
Oh, I need to go on WebMD.
Football is a sport.
It's a mediocre website.
Football is a sport.
Am I bleeding?
Football is a sport. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you all for tuning in to another very exciting episode of Football is a Sport.
On WMUC. Blah, blah, blah. We're very glad to be back with you this week, telling you everything you need to know about football, everything you need to know about life, and everything you need to know about unexpected bleeding in unexpected orifices.
That is exactly the theme of today's show, unexpected bleeding. A lot of people think that they will be able to figure out when they're bleeding ahead of time. It'll just happen and they'll know about it. But no, studies show that 75% of all cases of bleeding happen without prior knowledge.
They do, and then the blood is just coming down, and you think, oh no, where did this blood come from? How could I have potentially predicted it was going to appear on my flesh?
And that's where you have the wrong idea. See, it's not about predicting when or where you're going to bleed. The trick is to know what to do when you've started bleeding.
Oh. And I think this is an important concept that can be applied to fans of football and just fans of going outside, taking a stroll in the park with your friends or your crockers. You could be bleeding at any point, whether you are on the field, off the field, or on someone named field.
Yes, studies show that 60% of all bleeding cases have something to do with the word field.
Yes. And you need to know what to do in the event of the blood coming. Let me tell you, I was on a field the other day. I was taking a little walk. Broderick and I, we were going for a stroll. That was an imitation of Broderick.
Oh, that was Broderick.
That day he had consumed 12 soda pop cans, and he was just completely bloated. I must say, I told Broderick, that was a lot of soda pop cans. Are you sure you're going to be okay? And he took his arm, he caressed my shoulder, and he said, "Honey, you're gonna be fine." And I said, "Oh, Broderick, oh, you are the best. I love sexually exploring with you." And then he belched again, and I said, "Broderick, if you are going to keep on belching like that, you might start unexpectedly bleeding." And he said, And I was like, yes, that is a fair point.
Well said by Broderick.
Yes. And that was pretty much the story. There was the possibility of bleeding on a field.
That was a riveting story, DJness.
Thank you.
I myself, too, Bloody Jones, have a similar story to share.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the other day I was on a field, but I was alone. I wasn't with any sort of companion, one with whom I sexually explore or otherwise. I was alone. I was on this field. I was taking a walk, sort of clearing my head, and I looked up, and there were some birds above, and they started just circling me. And then one of the birds fell from the sky, and it started bleeding when it hit the ground. I was completely fine. I was not injured in any way, but the bird was bleeding profusely from most of its orifices, and I could tell from its expression it had not expected that to happen.
Oh, my goodness. I wonder what happened that caused it to fall and caused all of the orifices to immediately start gushing out sweet, salty blood.
I may never know because I fled instantly.
That was the way to do it. You do not want to get charged with a crime.
I don't want to get charged with a crime, and I'm not an overly superstitious person, but I've read enough books to know that when birds start dying around you, you gotta get out of there.
That is one of the superstitions. When birds start dying, you gotta get out of there. One of my favorite superstitions, actually.
It is a great one. But listeners, of course, it's important to know, especially when you're dealing with bleeding, how to differentiate between superstition and scientific fact. Because superstition is all well and good, and there are many superstitious rituals that you can partake to hope to stem some of your bleeding, to maybe... That is one of them.
Do not bleed, anus, please. Do not bleed, do not bleed, anus, please. Do not bleed. Okay, thank you.
That is one of the rituals that you can go on, and I would actually recommend it, even if it doesn't actually scientifically help anything. It'll certainly make you feel better, because saying the word anus, studies have shown in 64% of cases, saying the word anus makes anybody laugh. So even if you're bleeding, you're still laughing, and that's better. But the scientific fact of bleeding is that a lot of the time, once you start bleeding, you'll never stop unless you take the proper precautions.
And we need to know the proper precautions. We need to know.
Yeah.
Oh, and it appears we are joined today by Sleeve Martin.
Yes.
Hey, Douglas.
Listen.
He's here.
I've got my own blooded story, you know?
Really? Do you know the precautions?
Well, I don't, because it normally occurs to me at the last moment, right after the blood's just gushing out. Sometimes once I'll be sitting in a chair, I'll be like, well, dangle, there's a sriracha coming out of my Dougie. It's like a hot red sauce. The blood just spews out like a waterfall.
And what do you do? How do you react to that?
You know what a stopgap is? You know what a stopgap is?
Like the band?
Well, yeah. What I do is I take 4 tissue papers. I take 4 tissue papers and I shove them right on my Dougie. And that stops the bleeding. And then I take the blood and I put it back into my body. You see, I swallow the tissue papers and the blood, it goes right back into my body. That's how you do it.
Fascinating.
I've never tried a stopgap before. Have you two, Bloody?
I have heard that is an effective technique for dealing with blood. There are other techniques that include amputation and rubbing of ointments, and also playing with dogs.
I do enjoy playing with dogs.
It tends to help. The dogs will lap up your blood, and then you'll have no more blood, so you can't bleed anymore.
Broderick and I, that day in the field, after I told him that he needed to be careful of his belching because he had so many soda pop cans, I told Broderick that if he kept on belching, bad things could happen, and he said, hey, look at those over there. Those are dogs. You should go play with the dogs. And I said, I could do that, but Broderick, we're not bleeding. Why do we need to play with dogs? What are we trying to mitigate here? And he said, oh, that's a very good point. And so then we left.
Another great story, DJ.
Thank you.
Next time you're with Broderick and someone bleeds, you say, hey, Douglas Dangle, say, you gotta dance with the blood. You gotta dance with the blood. You gotta tell him to dance with the blood. You guys dance together. I know you're like sexually exploring each other. Dance with the blood. You dance with it.
Doing a blood dance is actually a superstitious remedy more than a scientific remedy, but doing a blood dance has actually been shown to be surprisingly effective in a lot of cases.
Really?
Have you ever blood danced? 2 Blood Jones?
I can't say I have.
Oh, it's great.
Sounds like it.
Should learn how to do it, bub. Learn how to do it.
Do we need to do a blood dance on the program?
Yeah, actually, Steve, if you could lead us through a blood dance.
I can. I'd be glad to.
That'd be great.
I'm very, very excited. We've done a lot of singing on this program. We've done a lot of poetry.
Yes.
We have done a lot of discussion of various web programs and websites that Football is a Sport endorses, like Amazon.com.
Yes, a great website.
But I don't think we've danced on the show.
I don't think so, and especially never a blood dance.
No, this is a first. Listeners, you are hearing this for the first time on Football is a Sport.
On WMC.
And if you would like to blood dance with us, please call in.
Yes.
You may call in at the number 301-314-6565. Say you are looking for blood, and the receptionist will direct you to us.
Could you give me a tribal beat? We're going to do the blood dance. I need a tribal beat like we're Indians in the forest.
Okay.
Indians in the forest.
Sure thing.
Like a pulsating heartbeat. Blood dance. Blood dance. You gotta dance with the blood. Take it in your hands and do a jig around the world. You gotta take the blood. Take it in your hands and do a jig around the world. That's how you do it. And then the blood says, blood dance, blood dance, blood dance. Dance with the blood. Take it in your hands and do a jig around the van. That's how you do it, Douglas. You're doing the blood dance. You're doing it well.
Orifice bleeding.
Blood dance. That's fine. Blood dance. Blood dance. That's fine. Blood dance. That's fine. Blood dance. Blood dance. Blood dance. That's fine. And then the person who's doing the blood dance steps back for a moment and finishes off the chant by going, "Oh, it's a blood dance! Oh,
Whoa, 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 whoa,
it's a blood dance!" And that's how you do it, Durkis. That's how you do it.
Thank you very much, Sleeve. That was certainly a treat for our listeners. And for me. I've
No
never
problem,
done a blood
bub,
dance
no
before.
problem.
Yes. As we hypothetically blood danced with the field in mind, the field of the football, the field that Broderick and I were in before we left and continued exploring each other sexually.
Yes.
Blood is everywhere. I think we need to recognize that. In terms of pretty much every human being that I know and that you know and that Sleeve knows, I think the ones he has not eaten, they all have blood.
Most
I
people
eat
have
blood.
blood.
Oh, really?
However, listeners, we have a special treat for you tonight. We have here in our studio a man with no blood. Everybody, give him a
Oh
hand.
my goodness!
Give him a
Hello!
hand. Why don't you introduce yourself to the listeners?
Yeah, hey y'all, how you doing?
Hey.
How you doing? Well, they call me the Bloodless Man.
Bloodless man.
Where I'm
Bloodless
from.
man.
I've been known by other names too, Tom, but I mainly just go by the Bloodless Man.
Well, I can see why, because that is quite a fetching name.
You
Well,
look emaciated.
oh, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You run into a lot of problems when you're not producing blood. I've tried a lot of different scientific remedies to as a means of producing blood, and let me tell you now, there's nothing on the market that's producing blood the way it should be.
Nothing by science. Have you tried any superstitious
Well,
remedies?
Now I'm glad that I was here. I did partake in the blood dance.
I saw you. You were quite engaged.
and I feel
Your moves.
yes.
I feel better than I have in years.
That's great to hear.
Then and I'd like to just thank you for showing me that blood dance.
No problem. Now I do have one quick question though. Now, bloodless man, you may not have any blood, but are you filled with cream? Are you a chocolate eclair? Are you a chocolate eclair? That's what I'm wondering.
Now,
I'm hungry.
That's a great question, and I thank you for asking me that.
That's fine.
I'm glad you picked up on that. I tried using cream one time as blood, and I found it was too thick for the arteries, and it left me coagulated, and that's not what you want to be. You don't want to feel coagulated.
No, that sounds horrible.
Yeah. So lately I've been using a nice combination of corn syrup and fruit juices.
I think that's what they use in movies. Especially
Yeah.
like old-timey movies as fake blood. So that seems, I can see how that would...
Oh, it looks good.
A question about the corn syrup.
Yes.
Does it look like fresh ear stalks of corn, or does it take on a different consistency when in, human liquid supplement
Great
form?
question.
Sure. Yeah. It's chunky. It's chunkier than you think. It's pretty similar to an ear of corn. The way you go about getting corn syrup these days is you want to take a nice ear of corn and just kind of pick off a couple of kernels and squash them down in your teeth or under your boots, and you build it all up inside, and you put it in, and I said I'm mixing that with fruit juices, you know what I mean, with various berries that I find around my house, and I mix all that together, and I drink it, and it's not doing much.
No?
No.
Are you even sure that it goes into your arteries?
Oh, I'm not sure at all.
Okay.
But the fact that I'm here with you today, it makes me feel a little bit of hope.
Yeah, and I am hoping for you, because I would think that without blood you could not last very long in this crazy world of ours.
Yes.
Well, there's more of us than you'd expect. We get together at meetings every Wednesday night to kind of talk about different strategies for making new blood, or for things that we can do without blood. And the list is, well, it's very, very small.
Yeah. What do you do? Do you have a profession of some sort?
Well,
Favorite activities?
Hobbies?
I've got none
dog?
of those.
Do you have a
I
dog?
do have a dog.
Oh.
That I do have. He helps me with mashing up the corn, so I like to call him Cobb.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just for...
Wait, do you call him Cobb the corn dog?
That's exactly what I call him. Have you met Cobb? How did you know that?
Well, I have always wanted a corn dog.
They're quite nice to have, and should you find yourself in a situation where you're bloodless, it's something you're gonna want to have around for the corn syrup.
Now, bloodless man, we have a special treat for you. You mentioned that you're not sure about your arteries. You're not sure about the consistency of what is on your insides beneath your orifices. And so we have an unprofessional doctor here to help check you out. His name is Petey, Pediatrician.
That is...
And he is going to perform an examination on you, if that's okay.
I'd be honored, and I thank you for the opportunity.
Hello, Petey.
Hello. Good to be back. Good to listen in to all these blood stories. You know, I have my own blood story that I guess I should share first.
Oh, sure,
Really?
please.
On the job.
Well, it'll help us here. It'll help us work through this bloody problem we've got.
What better time?
Exactly. So, like all of you guys, I bleed far too.
Not all of us. I don't
Right. You don't bleed at all.
I'm
You got a
bloodless.
different. Right.
Yeah, please be sensitive.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Well, all I really can do is bleed. That's the only liquid that can come out of me. So anytime I cry, it's just blood.
All you do is bleed,
Yeah.
bleed, no matter what.
Yes. Exactly. When I pee, it's just blood. When I spit, it's just blood. And
So what I'm hearing is you have an excess of blood.
well, sort of. I experience, because blood is just constantly pouring out of me, I experience blood loss on a pretty consistent basis. So what I'm familiar with is a technique of replacing that blood with new blood. I figure I could probably help Sleeve with his bloody problems, replace some of his blood, replenish that supply, and also provide some new blood for the bloodless man.
Organs with corn dogs. On the subject of corn dogs, I don't know if anyone can hear me, but can you replace my organs with corn dogs? Just wondering.
I do know of one corn dog that might be useful for that.
Now, I certainly hope you're not talking about Cobb. Now, I need him for my corn syrup.
Now, just a second. I got actually something that'll make you feel a little better about yourself. Have you ever considered, instead of calling yourself the Bloodless Man, calling yourself the High Fructose Corn Syrup Man? Get it? 'Cause the fruit and the corn in the syrup, and you are a man.
Now, that sounds very nice. A bit of a mouthful, you know. That might be hard to fit on a letterhead or in an email signature. That might be hard to squeeze in with the character limits that they putting on these days. But I think that's something I might want to pursue.
I think it depends on what kind of message you're going for with your name, because the Bloodless Man sounds like maybe like a vigilante or like a ghost hunter or something, whereas High Fructose Corn Syrup Man sounds like you're a sponsor for some sort of candy.
I think it also depends on where you are hosting your email address. In terms of if you are hosting your email address at a shorter website, like NFL.com, for example, then you're allowed to have a longer username. If you were hosting it at Amazon.com, that would be a little bit different, in that Amazon is a longer name, and you have a long email address. And so because of that, you may overwhelm recipients of your emails with the sheer immense girth of your name alone.
Yeah, that's a good point, and most of the emails that I'm sending out are asking for blood donations and things of that nature. So, you're right. I don't want to be scaring off any potential donors.
You don't want them to turn you away simply because of the length of your name.
That'd be a shame.
Well, Bloodless Man, I'm gonna get us back on track here. And,
Thank you, Petey.
and tell you about how I replenish my blood when I run out so quickly. All you gotta do, very simple. Two steps. There are 2 steps. There are 3. There are 4 steps. There are 3 steps. The first step is you look around and you find the closest person. The second step is you cut that person deeply. You cut them. You wound them so deeply, and you
With language or with a device?
with a device, preferably a knife
Or a telephone?
or telephone, any blunt object, and then you drink that blood, and that's how you replenish your supply of blood.
I'm fairly sure that what you're describing is vampirism.
Not if you're a vampire, then yeah. But if you're not a vampire, then this is just how you keep living when you're bleeding.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
This sounds like a high-fangled, high society sort of method of regaining blood, and I'll tell you, I'm not convinced. Is there any way I could see this in action to get a taste?
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna use a volunteer from our in-studio audience here. Sleeve, are you feeling bloody? Are you feeling full-blooded today?
Oh, yeah. Doug is, oh, yeah, always.
All right. How about you?
I can hear the blood pursing through your ventricles.
Yeah, it sounds kind of
Oh,
like...
no, wait, I just made a toot.
Oh, that was that sound.
Oh,
Do you
they
fart
make a
blood,
very
too?
similar sound.
Do you also fart blood?
On Tuesdays, on occasion,
Oh,
sometimes.
nice. Okay. Well, Sleeve, if you could just lay back, recline yourself there.
Oh, I'm reclining.
I'm gonna make a surgical incision.
Okay.
This might kill you.
That
That's
would be a
okay,
treat for the
I'll just
listeners.
come right back to life.
A live murder here on Football is a Sport.
And now you're gonna need to
Wow.
place your mouth right below his belly button, because I'm gonna be making the incision right above his bush.
All right.
And are you ready? Okay, now I see you have
Why are you doing to me?
Oh, we used this trigger
Sleep.
word.
Oh no, we used the trigger word.
Uh,
I guess we should have explained this bloodless man, but Sleeve Martin, we learned a couple of weeks ago that he has a trigger word, which causes him to
Sweet Martin.
become other people? Question mark. So when we say the word Bush, he becomes someone else.
I'm president of football.
all right. Well, President, are you prepared to be blooded?
Well, what now?
We're going to cut you open. Is that all right?
A little slice.
It's for a good
That's
cause.
fine. That's fine.
All right, good.
Just do your worst.
So you said the incision was going to be right above the bush, correct?
correct, right above that bush. Now,
I'm fine now. I'm fine. Are you gonna do it to me?
well, who's me?
I'm Sleeve Martin.
Oh, he's back to normal. Okay.
Okay. Now, just you know what would help if we just trimmed this bush up a little bit so I could see clearly this path.
Oh my God.
The nail? Where did the nail come from?
Oh, better.
A nail, that's perfect. Now I have something, an implement I can use to cut right here. Now I just need you to scream as loud as you can when I make the incision, so I know that I'm doing it right and causing you as much pain as possible. Okay. Now drink up,
Ow!
blood.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Oh, I'm feeling better already.
I'm not all better. I'm not.
All right. Why don't you patch up the nails bush and we can.
No, we gotta let him bleed out into
Oh,
the
really?
bloodless man. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just let it all seep out.
Yep.
I wasn't sure how much blood exactly. Oh, that is a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Just oozing, and gushing.
That is quite a supple variety of blood-based.
I'm
liquid.
Bobby Cat.
It's just all flown straight out of his bush.
Dripping off those bush hairs.
Hello!
What was the name of our 41st president of the United States of America?
I don't know. You should ask Broderick.
It was President Bush, correct?
Yes.
Ah,
President Goldbush.
What? What? I think we're disturbing the bloodless man. I am Seymour Crumps. Nice to meet you very much. Nice to meet you.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just sucking on your bush.
Well,
I am a tall old man.
well, it seems like this procedure might take a little while.
It is seeming to go a long time, but think about it. The bloodless man has no blood. How much blood do you think is inside of your body right now?
Inside of my body? I'm a pretty big guy.
You know, a quick rectal examination would answer that question awfully quickly.
Would it?
Potentially,
All right.
but we don't need to necessarily do that.
I mean-
Only if you're curious.
I actually would like to know.
You want to know how much blood is in you?
Yeah. And I would also like my rectum examined.
All right. Well, Petey, do you think you could help me?
Specialty.
I've been reading a wiki page on examinations and counting blood cells.
A WikiHow page on how to count
No,
them?
just a wiki page for enthusiasts of rectal examinations.
Oh, like the entire wiki is about rectal
Yes,
examination?
the entire
Oh.
wiki. It is called.
Is it Rectopedia?
It was Rectopedia, and I was under the butt stuff section, and so they were talking about what I can do to count blood cells when my face is buried in a friendly man's bunghole.
What if
Be very
it's...
careful reading that page. I wrote the whole thing.
Oh, wow!
Is it a different technique to examine a friendly man's bunghole than an adversary's bunghole?
I mean, you are my co-host,
Yes.
so I would assume that we're friends.
No, of course. I'm just wondering, in general, if, Butt or Grundle from Football is Not a
Very-
Sport,
very
or
true.
W-Cum came in here, would you also be able to examine their rectum in the same way as mine?
I don't necessarily think so. I think in order to examine theirs, I believe the wiki said I would need to click on another link for instructions, and I would also need a fishing spear.
Ugh. I guess there is a certain bond necessary to peacefully examine someone's rectum.
A certain level of trust.
But I, maybe against my better judgment, I think I trust Petey. And I know I trust you, DJness.
Oh, thank you,
So if we
thank
want to
you.
go forward with this examination.
I share trust with my patients that's paralleled only by the trust between a man and his dog.
Oh, well, I've never had a dog, but... that
Just
sounds
treat
great.
me like your dog, then.
All right, sit. Okay, good, Petey. Well, now stand, because I need you to look at my butt.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's do the examination. Let's do the examination. So here's what we're going to do.
Oh.
I am going to hold the cheeklings, and Petey, you are going to give a little finger or two inside. And what I want you to do is I want you to reach in and I want you to begin giving little pinches. And my beloved co-host, Two Bloody Jones, each time you feel a pinch, I want you to count with me.
Okay.
And we will count the number of blood cells in your body. We will multiply that by a fortnight, and that will be a valid estimate of the number of blood cells inside your body.
All right, that sounds scientifically accurate.
Janice, I've got a little bit of a new method now.
Oh, really?
All of that's right, except I don't quite pinch. We're gonna have to spread those cheeks much further.
Oh, is that a part of Common Core?
Exactly, I think.
Ah.
And then I bring my mouth up a little bit, poke my nose in, and then I bare my front teeth, just lift that upper lip up a little bit, and dig my teeth in wherever there's a blood cell.
Okay.
Oh.
But the counting and everything still applies?
So instead of the pinch, you do a little dig.
It's sort of it's a teeth pinch.
Yeah.
I see. I do trust. I trust your methods, Petey, despite not trusting your credentials whatsoever.
Not at all.
But I can see why that is a more valid method in terms of there's a certain distance that when you bring your fingers up through the hole and you're pinching,
Oh, yeah.
you can't necessarily see everything. Whereas when you're doing it with your teeth, you see it all.
Well,
You
not
can-
only do you see everything, you get all your senses in there. You can smell it, you can taste it,
It's like 5 times as effective.
It
as
is.
just touch.
I've even seen some dead people in people's rectums.
Wow.
Yeah, all 6 senses.
And I think this will be a good opportunity for us to talk about the taste of blood. It's not necessarily something we have delved into this program
You know who'd
yet.
be able to tell us all about that right now? The Bloodless Man.
Oh,
How's it
Fair enough, fair enough.
been absolutely delicious. I'll tell you. I feel like a 30-year-old man
Wow.
who's leaving his house for the first time after being locked in his parents' basement for far too long. And I'm getting those first rays of sunshine, and I feel the vitamin D coursing through my veins. And I can't thank you enough, Doctor. To comment on the taste of blood, strangely enough, very similar to the corn syrup and fruit juice mixture. I think I was actually onto something with that.
You may have been close.
It tastes really similar.
You do already look much healthier, a lot more vibrant.
Thank you.
Less jaundiced.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Your cheeks have become very plump and rounded.
Yes.
And
They were initially square and slightly less plump.
Yeah, but they filled in a bit now.
It's almost like someone has injected them with, like, special plump juice.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'd like some of that plump juice, please.
Tall old man inhabiting the body of Steve Martin. Have you ever had plump juice?
Oh, I sure have had plump juice. Back 35 years ago on the plantation, we used to drink plump juice every Thursday and every Saturday. We used to eat it with our bacon. You used to drink it with our bacon.
What kind of plantation did you live on?
Were you a slave owner?
No,
How old are you?
I am 700 years old.
Wow.
I am as old as the trees themselves.
Are you as old as the bushes?
Yeah, what now?
Never mind. So let's get this
So we're going to
examination.
do the examination.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do. I am going to do a little.
Yep,
I
I'm
got,
ready.
I got the
Get
grab.
on
I
in
got the
there.
grab. I've got
spread.
All right.
spread. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it might help if you get some jelly on there. Spread that jelly.
Yeah. Did you super glue these two together? They are really not coming apart well.
I like to be able to keep a nice clench going throughout the broadcast.
Well, we're going to need to
they're-
relax the clench.
Okay.
You can trust me. You can trust me.
I know. I do trust you.
I can feel them coming apart. I can. Oh, hold on. Wait. I don't want to embarrass you, but this is important.
Okay.
There are 2 hairs from
Yes.
opposite cheeks that are joined together by a little dingle witch. And
Oh my.
it is
left
going
that
to
for
be
me,
very
I'm surprised.
painful if. Well, we're not going to be able to get the cheeks apart if we do not take care of the dingle witch. But how are we going to dispose of it?
All right. Here's what I want you to do. I have these tweezers that I carry with me at all times.
All right.
Petey, I'm gonna need you to get on in there with these tweezers, pluck out the dingle witch, do your best to separate those hairs.
Can I hold the tweezers with my mouth?
Whatever makes you happy.
Oh, okay. All right,
Alright,
I
and-
got the tweezers in my mouth.
Do you see them? They're bridging the gap between my 2 cheek houses.
Yep. Okay.
Star-crossed hair lovers.
You doing this? You got a guide my mouth.
All right. I'm guiding your mouth. So left,
Yes. Okay.
left, left.
Oh, there, I got it. Like.
And do you see, get down a little bit
Mm,
and look for the dark patch that's darker than the other patches and
They're all-
slightly reeks of rotten cranberry juice.
that's everything. That's the whole thing.
I drink a lot of cranberry juice and I don't pay very close attention to expiration dates.
Oh no! Do you see it? Feel around for a hard mass. It should be about 3 centimeters by 4 kilometers.
That's not a dingle witch at that point. That's like a dingle
that's-
turkey.
Dougie Witch.
Find it. I need it. We need to dispose of it in order to spread the
It
cheeks.
feels like a hard cyst or something.
Should we pop it?
Ugh.
Go in.
Uh,
We need to do this.
I just usually leave those in there.
How are we going to spread the cheeks then?
Okay. We'll pop it.
We need to pop it.
Oh my
I
God.
can help. What do you need me to do?
Just hurry up and pop my rectal
Sleeve,
cyst.
I need you to lend me a hand.
I got your hand. You got my hand. What am I doing?
Now I'm gonna shove this into two Bloody Joneses
That
cheeks
is
there.
so warm.
Oh yeah.
My gosh, that's like shoving your hand into like,
A baby.
a baby,
I feel the need at this point to say,
a
DJ
matzo
Janus,
ball, a matzo ball.
DJ Janus, I trust you unconditionally. Petey, I kind of trust you because you're a doctor. Sleeve, I don't trust you at all. You scare
well,
me.
Fuck you.
Okay, Sleeve, remove your talons.
Alright, I'll just have to go back in myself. I'm about to pop it.
Okay,
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh man, that actually feels a lot better. It's like a little rough
goes
now.
the
There is
Doggy.
pus all over WMUC Studios.
My anal pus.
Oh, but we can get to the counting now, our ultimate endeavor in the
Yeah.
first place. So, I want you to do a little, I want you to go in, burrow in there, get your little mandibulars out there, do little bites, and we will count two Bloody Jones's blood cells.
All right,
Okay. Are they all spread out as far as they can be?
probably.
TJ?
I believe so. I think we are on the verge of some tearing otherwise.
Yeah, please don't spread them much farther.
Okay.
I'd like to have.
Just let me put
One
my
blood.
helmet on with my flashlight, and I'm going in. 2 Bloody Jones.
Yeah,
This is amazing down here.
I've
Beautiful.
had some procedures done.
You know, you could charge admission here. This is like Mammoth Cave.
It's more of
down
like
here.
a private
Ray
thinking
Caverns.
space. Sometimes I just like to stick my head up my own ass and just come down there to think.
Petey, inside of Two Bloody Jones, does it remind you at all of the program? Oh, what was that? Oh, wow! I was going to say, does it remind you of the famous children's television program, The School Bus That Was Possessed with Magical Qualities?
It does, quite a bit. Although it's more astounding than anything Miss Frizzle ever saw or showed her students.
That's so beautiful.
I think we can
I
use
see.
this time to sing the theme song from The School Bus with Magical Qualities, as it is giving me quite a nostalgia trip. Hopefully you're able to keep them spread.
Yeah, I'm spreading as hard as I can.
It's okay, this won't take long. It's a kid's show.
Yeah,
I'll just rest my head down here while you do that.
yeah, please
The
do.
school bus with magical qualities. All the boys and girls you see will get on the bus. The school bus with magical qualities is so enjoyable when they go inside their compatriots' rectums. The children on the bus have fun with us. Explore the rectum with the engine honk, honk. The children on the bus enjoy the magical qualities possessed by the bus. Because they are on a bus with magical qualities. What a great show.
Oh, yep. I actually, some of the scenes from that episode where they go inside of body are actually filmed inside my anus.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were one of the set locations.
Yeah, back between my stint as a football commentator and my radio presence, you know, I took a couple just spare jobs, whatever I could get on, and one of them was set for children's shows.
I'm mesmerized at Petey's expression right now. Not that what you said is not remarkable. We're learning so much tonight about you two Bloody Jones,
Yeah.
both on the outside and the inside. Petey, how's it going in there?
Buddy Jones. I think I'm stuck.
You're stuck.
I'm falling into the depths of your rectum. I see no way out.
Maybe just
I've lost the light.
keep climbing.
I think I'm falling.
Upwards and outwards.
I'm falling.
You're falling.
Deeper. Deeper.
Hey! Hey, who's that? Who's falling in? What are you doing?
Hey,
Who's-
hey you.
What
Get
are you
out of
doing?
here, man.
Get out of here! Get away from our house!
This is our turf.
What are you doing? You frightened our dog! What are you doing?
Get out of here, man. This is butt troll territory.
John?
You think the butt trolls don't have to sleep?
John? John? Get out of there!
Who are you people?
We're butt trolls.
No, I think we made that pretty obvious.
Yeah, my name's Stinky Pete.
And I'm Smelly Ann.
Yeah, we live here
In the butt.
in this butt.
We're butt trolls.
Butt trolls live in
Where
butts.
butt trolls live, we live in butts.
Yeah, you stupid dummy.
I'm Sleeve Martin.
I'm a corn dog.
Well,
John?
What do you all want
John?
from me?
We just want you to get out of here. This
Yeah.
is our turf.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know the way out of here.
Well, how do you think you'd feel if somebody just fell in on your front lawn? That's what we're going through right now. You ever think about that?
I'd probably use their body for science.
That's weird.
Yeah, we're butt trolls.
Yeah,
That's not our MO.
We don't care about science. we don't
Holy
care about
fuck, it's a
butts.
big Dougie!
John? John? John, get out of there. Get down from there. John?
Amazing.
John?
Now,
John?
who the
John?
Who's John?
I'm John. I'm a corn dog.
John's
John?
our corn dog.
Get out of here, John. Oh, John.
Nice doggies. Very nice.
Okay. Bye, John. Go nappy time by the pancreas.
There's
Happy nail.
there's very little keeping me from thinking this is all just a bad acid trip.
It could be.
You
It's
never
an
know with
ass
butt
trip.
trolls.
It's a badass trip. That's what it is.
An ass and a trip into my no.
Sometimes John
Inside
gets
my
in the
ass.
garbage.
Hop inside my ass. Dougies. Hop inside my ass.
I'm already into Bloody Jones.
Hop inside my ass.
That would be like
Petey.
an assception.
Hop
to go into
inside
yours.
my ass.
No? How are you even down here, Sleeve? With all these butt trolls and corn dog.
Oh, I'm everywhere.
Yeah, this guy showed up the other day.
Yeah, he's
One
pretty
time,
nice.
John peed in a bush.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I had to clean it. It's a real mess.
What, is the bush better now? Or is it still recovering from the pee?
It's awfully cold down here in this butt.
John?
Where'd you come from?
I'm Chief Executive Dean Essner. I just found myself in this, like, cold, cavernous butt.
Yeah, you're in a butt. You're in our butt.
Now, does...
Well, not our butt, but we own this butt.
But I'm just wondering, like, does the butt have a map or like a metro
Any way I can
schedule?
find
or
my way
something?
out of here? Yeah.
John marks his territory.
Yeah, John might be able to lead you out, though.
John, would you please show me the way out? I have a 6 o'clock appointment that I cannot miss.
Hold on, let me acquire him. John? John? John?
John.
John?
John.
John!
John?
John.
John!
Let's all count to 3 and then say it. 1,
One,
2,
2, 3. John.
John!
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 Maybe you should
John?
count to 3 again.
All right.
1,
One,
2, 3.
John!
John.
John!
John!
John! John!
I don't count to 3 like that. You should do 1, 2, 2.5,
2 and a quarter,
2 and 2 quarters, 2 and a fish, 2 and a quarter, 2 and
An
a
open sausage bottle of shirt hair.
blah blah.
To and a John. To and a John. 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 John.
John. John. John. John. John. John. John.
3.
Sorry.
You said my name, Ragru?
John, these guys want to get out of the butt.
John, you got your map still?
Well, we did Ruby's Racks first.
All right, John. Hang on a second. I got your Ruby's next.
Ruby's Racks.
John, I was just passing on through, and I found myself in this butt. Could you point me out?
Roast! Raggy!
No, John, it's just a guy.
Whoa, okay.
Point me out of the butt, please. It's getting cold. I'm not dressed well enough for this.
It's that way.
Come again, would you just, stick your finger out and just, point?
Well, the approximate latitude is 42 and 16.125 negative northeast. Please follow those directions. I'm not going to tell you again. Thank you. Ruff, ruff, ruff.
John!
That's easy enough.
Yeah, I think I've got it. All right, well, I'll see you later, guys. Bye-bye.
And stay out.
Yeah.
John. Okay, you did your job, John. You can go now. Oh. Petey, are you still in there?
Petey, what's it? Can you hear me? Can you hear me
Is
in
that
the butt?
Is that Dejanus and Two Bloody Jones?
Yeah.
It's not John or the Butt Troll or anyone.
Who?
Butt trolls.
What are you,
You
talking
weren't there.
about?
You weren't there for that.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've just been sitting here with your head up my butt.
Yeah, that's where I saw the Butt Trolls and Dean Essner and
Who?
Who?
I don't know.
Wait, are you
Pretty
saying
weird.
there's butt trolls in my butt? I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
get that place
very natural.
exterminated again. God
Everybody's
damn.
got Butt Trolls and a Dean Essner in their asshole.
But I keep my butthole pristine. I have a very tight ship. I like to keep things neat and tidy in there, other than the occasional dingle witch.
well, Dean Essner's will just crop up in any old asshole. You
I don't
can't
care.
really prevent it.
You've seen the commercials, haven't you?
The Dean, yeah. Dean and the butt trolls.
Yep.
Something
You need
gotta
some
watch out
tough
for.
actin to actin.
I should find myself some of that. Did you happen to count my blood while you're in there?
Did you were you actually biting down at all, or were you just examining and talking to the various butt trolls?
The Butt Trolls were in the way a little bit. They wouldn't let me proceed as far as I would have liked to. But I did count at least one.
One blood cell.
You have at least one blood cell, Two Bloody Jones.
That's good to know. I'm not bloodless. No offense to any bloodless men who are in the studio or maybe listening.
Well, I'm feeling pretty spry these days, so no offense taken,
All
sir.
right, great. Is there maybe a message that you want to get out to any other bloodless men who might be out there?
Well, if you're still out there and you're listening, I'd like to say that there's hope, and while there's hope, it seems as though the only way to get better is to drink another man's blood, and I know that may seem a little intense, and that may put a couple of you off to the idea. But then again, you're living your life bloodless, and how far are you willing to go? You know what I mean? And that's something that I've been dealing with today. So I'd like to share that with everyone.
That's a very apt sentiment. Thank you.
Powerful
Well said.
words.
Well said, Bloodless Man.
Oh, thank you.
Now, it's about time to go to a break, but before we do that, Bloodless Man, we have a tradition. Every guest we have, we like to ask them a question, and that question is, football, sport or not sport?
Now, I'm going to say football, sport.
That's a good thing to hear. I, of course, am very much of the opinion that football is a sport. So I'm glad.
And I am of the opinion that it is inconclusive. But I am not of the opinion that it is not a sport.
No.
Those who believe it is not a sport are either the members of our rival network, WCUM, on the show Football is Not a Sport, or they are the Gold Emblem corporation who are trying to kill us, potentially.
Or they are the flying saucers from the flying saucer planet who believe that curling is the true sport.
And we are going
Oh,
to
now
have a
curling,
football
now that's a
curling match.
sport.
Well, we might not see eye to eye on that one, but That's okay.
I know somebody who would.
Anyway, we're going to go to a break now. It's about that time. Thank you, listeners, for listening. This has been Football the Sport.
Well, actually, hold on. I do believe we can make a special announcement.
I'm
Since
sorry,
we have Songman Kim in the W11 Hollow studio
That's
with
right,
us,
we do.
we can get a special public service announcement from him before we proceed.
All right, Football is a Sport is a Pittsburgh-approved show, and they play anything that is Pittsburgh's best new music or best new album material. But if the material does receive 8.3 but did not receive best new music, you will not play the song, and that's the way the show should go, right, boys?
Right.
Right.
Okay, as the program director, I am here to oversee what kind of material you play over the air. By material, I mean the songs that are approved by Pittsburgh as a best new music or best new album.
Well, we do have here, as per your approval, a Pitchfork Best New Song. So,
Is it worthy to be played in the Pittsburgh Music Festival as a live song?
I think it should be the entirety of the Pitchfork Music Festival.
Oh, on which stage? Red, blue, or yellow?
Orange.
Ooh.
It is
I'm
not
not
one of the
sure.
best new colors.
It is not. Orange was cool in 2012 when Frank Ocean came up with this album, best new music album, Channel Orange. But ever since then, I don't think he's gonna release under the Channel Orange. It has not been Pittsburgh approved color.
All right, well, I think this might bring it back.
Orange is coming back in style. As the popular saying goes, orange is the new apple.
Yep. So with
Well, I'm not sure if Apple is Pittsburgh approved because some of us are too hip for Apple. We like to resort to MS-DOS if you ever heard of that one.
that, oh yes, Miss Doss. What a sexy lady. We're going to go to a break. As I was saying before, thank you for listening, listeners. This has been Football is a Sport on WMSG. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
In the butt, I said what in the butt. You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt, you wanna do it in my butt? In my butt, you wanna do it in my butt? In my butt, let's do it in the butt. Okay. I feel you watching me over there. Come to me if you care. Don't sit and stare. It's just not fair. Make your move if you dare. What? I said what in the butt. 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 You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt? You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt? You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt? Let's do it in the butt. Okay. It's okay if you have a little fright. Don't you worry. I won't bite. Not that hard. If you want it, I'll give you power. Just be gentle. I'm delicate like a flower. I said what in the butt. I said what in the butt. I said what in the butt. You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt? You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt? You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt? Let's do it in the butt. Okay. I will give you what you need. All I want is your big fat seed. Give it to me, if you please. Give it to me, if you please. I'll give you what you need. All I want is your big fat seed. Give it to me, if you please. Give it to me. If you please, what in the butt? I said what in the butt? I said what in the butt? I said what in the butt? You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt? You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt? You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt? Let's do it in the butt. Okay. What I will do in the butt? I said what all I want in the butt. I said what give to me in the butt. I said what give to me in the butt. If you wanna do what I will give in the butt. I said what all I want in the butt. I said what give to me in my butt. I said what give to me in the butt. If you wanna do what in my butt. I said what? Okay.
Oh God. Okay.
You can get it. All right.
All right. Good. I got those butt trolls out.
Let us sing a cleansing song.
Yep. For my newly cleaned rectum.
This is in the key of D for Dinglewitch.
Yep. The dingle key.
1, 2. Feel free to sing along.
I'm free of all those things that were plaguing me. All those demons in my butt. I'm free. Nothing's gonna bother me. I'm free. This world will never stop me. If there's one thing that I gotta be, baby, no, I'm free. 'Cause the world, it is wrong, so I'll just sing along to that sad, sad song you sing, and the bad tidings you bring. But you know, when it goes, when it's gone, when I'm gone, what will they say when I've passed away? What do they think of me? Will they say I'm free? I'm free. You know I'm free. Lord, I'm free. Free to be me. Free to please. Free to see. Free to be free. I'm free.
It was a beautiful cleansing song.
I feel very renewed. My energy is up. My spirits are high.
Some people just use wipes, but we used an entire song. It was very innovative, but it seemed even more cathartic and spiritual
Yes.
and beautiful.
And this is something that's sort of, we talked about scientific things versus superstitious things before. And artistic expression is something that's sort of, it's not really either of those, because it's definitely not a scientific thing, but it's also not a superstitious thing, because it's not anything that is said. Superstition is usually something that is passed along and is told in stories. But artistic expression is something that comes from you. It comes from your heart, and that is something that science can never replicate and that superstition can never describe. And so, listeners, everyone out there, I urge you, I beg you, if there's anything that bothers you, find a way to express it. Just find a way to get it out, and it'll come out just as my butt trolls are coming out, and just as my song comes out.
Yes, and feel free to call in and tell us
Yes.
about what troubles you and what you want to come out. The number is 301-314-6565. You can ask the receptionist to speak with people who will help you evacuate your troubles
Yes.
via one of your bodily orifices.
Yes. Our receptionists are standing by, and all of them are trained therapists.
Yes.
And we are not trained therapists. I certainly have not had any formal training in the art of therapy, but I like to think that I know a bit about the troubles that plague humanity, and I would be more than happy to help.
Let's do a hypothetical situation, because
of course.
let us prove to our listeners that we can help them. I think that
Of
is
course.
one of the things about establishing, us as credible football commentators, credible radio program co-hosts. is
Incredible
that-
life commentators.
Yes, sometimes I think the listeners may think, all they know about is football and whether or not it is a sport, which
Yes.
is inconclusive potentially, or it is potentially a sport. But they wonder, do DJ Ness and Two Bloody Jones have any other credibility with anything else? Can we trust them to talk about other issues? Or is this program going to be all football all the time?
Yeah, that is an excellent question, because we certainly do know a lot about football, and this
Yes.
is obviously, football is in the name of the program, so of course we're going to talk about football a lot,
Of
but we
course, and
also-
we've spent the majority of the program talking about football so far.
Yeah, we mentioned football so much in the last hour.
Yes.
But I think it's time to talk about something else. And I mean, as I said, I don't have any formal training. I'm certainly not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. But I like to think that I know some things, and there's no reason to take my word for it. So we can do,
We'll do a little game, and we will prove to the listeners
Yes.
that we we can talk about other things. Bloodless Man, would you like to help us out with this game?
Yeah, it'd be great. I'd love to be involved.
Great.
All right. So this game is called Therapy.
Okay.
And so here's what we were going to do. We are going to have, it is going to require two co-hosts of Football as a Sport, as well as one special guest who only has a small quantity of blood inside of him that he recently consumed.
Okay. Luckily, we have all three of those people in this studio right
Yes, it is an excellent cohort of comrades.
now. A cohort of co-hosts.
So here is how this game is going to work, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have one co-host of Football is a Sport is going to be the therapist, and the other co-host is going to be the patient. And the patient is, the therapist is going to be the one who is talking about things and giving the valid advice that our listeners so desperately crave. So they will leave the room, and we are going to get a topic and a very specific issue that the patient has, and the patient and the Bloodless Man are going to come up with this issue. They're going to discuss the issue thoroughly and make a plan. Then the therapist is going to come back. We're going to call the therapist back on a count of 3. And what we're going to do is the patient as well as the Bloodless Man are going to have to say other words, do other motions in order to signify what the issue is. And the therapist is going to have to guess what the issue is.
Cut to the heart of the
Yes,
the
exactly.
matter.
But the patient and the Bloodless Man are not allowed to say what the issue is. And if our listeners and our studio audience, if you can hear the therapist getting closer to the topic that is supposed to be being discussed, feel free to cheer for them. And if they are getting further away, feel free to boo them. Does that sound good?
That sounds great to me.
That
Should I leave?
sounds like a real plan.
Should I leave now?
Yes, but first we'd like to just thank all of our listeners once again
Yeah,
for
thank you,
listening to
listeners.
Football as a Sport. We are here every week.
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening.
We're here. The steps to the studio.
Yes, yes.
Be sure to come by and check us out.
Yes, we will be holding workshops after the program.
All right, I'm going to leave.
All right, so the therapist is leaving. Now,
Goodbye.
Bloodless Man and, Sleeve, did you hear the topic of the game as well?
I have not. I'm sorry. I was pooping.
I hope you had a very good poop. So the topic of the game, we are proving to our listeners that we can talk about things besides football on this program. So, my co-host, Two Bloody Jones, just left the room. He is going to be the therapist, and I am the patient. The Bloodless Man is a bloodless man, and you are Sleeve Martin. And we're going to come up with a topic that the patient is trying to convey to the therapist so he can acquire help. But he's not allowed to say the topic to the therapist. When the therapist comes back, we're going to have to come up with a way of telling the therapist what we need to talk about, and the therapist is going to have to guess.
Huh.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
All right. So
I think so.
between the two of you strapping gentlemen, what do you think?
Oh,
we
well,
should
thanks
be-
for that compliment. I appreciate that.
Of course.
And I already know that I'm a strapping ducky.
Oh, yes,
Continue,
yes.
sorry, continue.
So what do you think we need to talk about with the therapist?
Well, are we thinking something along the lines of, a mental ailment or a physical ailment? I think that's something we should establish.
Well, I actually have a very personal topic that I'd like to address with the therapist, if that's okay. Can I talk about it on the air?
Oh, of course, of course.
Well, you see, when I go to bed, every night, I see a ram in my head. A ram. So I put my head on the pillow, I close my eyes, and on the insides of my eyelids, I see a ram. A ram, a big, bloody ram with horns.
Oh, bloody, wow.
Big,
Oh, my
bloody
goodness.
ram with horns. And I say, I say it, so I don't say, I intone with my brain. I say, ram. I say, ram. Get out of my head, ram. I say, get out of my head, ram. I say, get out of my head, ram. I say, get out of my head, ram. And you know what the ram does?
What does he do?
I can only assume that he leaves.
He makes us. You would think under most circumstances.
After all
that he would
those
leave.
times you beckoned him.
But he makes a sound.
Oh.
He makes a sound. He goes, "Ah! Ah!" And then I say, Ram, why are you making sounds? And the ram goes, "Ah! Ah!"
Making the same sound, unbelievable.
It's the same sound. And then I call the ram by his first name.
Oh, you know you're on a first name
Well,
basis.
I know his full name. It's Douglas Dangle Dougie.
Wow.
And I said, Douglas Dangle Dougie, get out of my eyes. Get out of my eyes, Ram. Get out of my eyes. And you know what the ram does?
What does he do?
He doesn't leave.
Unbelievable.
The only time that I don't see the ram in my eyes is when I wake up and smell the world in the morning.
So it seems like the ailment, if I'm getting this correct, it seems like it's a bloody ram vision.
Yes.
And the ram is deaf. He's not listening to any of the instructions we're giving him.
He's deaf, dumb, and blind. That's a stupid fucking ram.
So let's go over this. So, the patient goes to sleep at night, sees a ram, it is bloody. He tries to beckon it to get him to exit or evacuate. The ram makes a certain guttural noise, but does not listen because he assumedly is deaf. Did we get all of that?
I'd say that's about accurate.
And the only cure we found is waking up and smelling the world in the morning.
Yes, I think that's
That's
important
true.
to note. That,
Yeah.
that the only cure.
Well, maybe our therapist will have another cure for us.
Potentially true.
Well, sometimes if someone places a little flower or a little
Hibiscus.
A what?
Hibiscus
A
leaves.
biscuit?
No, hibiscus.
Oh, hibiscus leaves?
Yeah.
A hibiscus leaf under my nose. Sometimes the smell of fresh paint in the morning, that gets the ram. The ram scrams. The ram scrams when I smell the paint in the morning.
The Rams Crams. So, but before we call back our therapist, can you give us the name of the ram one more time?
Sure, the ram's name is Douglas Dangle Dougie.
Douglas Dangle Dougie. All right. I think we're ready to summon the therapist. Let us see. Is he over there? So, here's what we're going to do. On the count of 3, we are going to yell, "Get the fuck back here, therapist! We don't pay you to take hour-long shits." All right? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Get the fuck back here, therapist. We don't pay you to take hour-long shits.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I don't know why you called me here so late at night, so this better be important.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, therapist. I have an issue.
All right, well, that's what you're paying me for.
And it has to do with this time of day.
With the night.
Yes.
You're afraid of the dark.
Feel free to help me out, studio audience.
Yeah, clap, clap.
It is the night.
Yeah, we're clapping.
Okay, is it you're afraid of the dark because I can give you a nightlight?
Nightlight has to do with the activity I'm performing.
Knighting? You want me to knight you? I'm not a king. Oh, no. Okay.
Ooh.
Something about
That scared me.
flashlights.
No, but why would I have a nightlight going?
Hey, man, you tell me. You woke me up, and I'm here, but you gotta...
Say it is that time of the day.
It's night.
There's a nightlight. Where would a nightlight be?
On a wall, in an outlet,
In what kind of room?
in a bedroom.
What would I be doing?
Sleeping.
Oh.
Oh, you have trouble sleeping? Because I can give you some sleeping pills.
Some Xana's.
Some Xana's, yeah.
Well, it's not necessarily trouble sleeping, but when I am sleeping, let's say what is
You
something
have bad
that
dreams? You have
kind-
nightmares?
So we're getting somewhere with
Okay.
this. So with the nightmare, what is in a nightmare? What triggers? What is one of the elements of a nightmare?
Well, a lot of studies say that nightmares are just your stresses and your anxieties coming out in like a more visual form made by your brain. I can give you some books to read about it.
Boo to the books.
Books.
Don't,
All right.
don't boo books.
I can give you some internet articles. I think Cracked has a great article about nightmares. 6 horrible things you don't want to know about the truth about your nightmares.
It was what you said before. What you said before about the nightmares and about
Bad dreams.
about inside the dreams, the contents of the dreams,
Your anxieties.
the specific
your
sense,
stress.
the specific one of my 5 senses.
Visual. Your
Yeah,
sight. You can't see while you're sleeping.
Boo.
Okay,
Boo.
because that's a pretty normal problem, and if that was what you woke me up for,
Exactly
that'd be
the
pretty bad.
opposite. That
You
there's
can see while you're
there's a
sleeping.
specific thing. There's a specific thing. There is a football team that has the name of this specific thing.
The Ben Stillers.
No, it's
Wait, is this an American football team? or a
American football
team?
team. It is a thing. It is an.
A giant.
It is an. It is what.
Oh, that almost hit me in the head. Good thing I dodged it.
Oh, the Dodgers.
No. Boo. Think about when you are trying to storm into a castle
Okay.
and you are holding a large cylindrical device that you are going to
A
use.
ram?
Ah!
Okay. Oh, like dodge. Okay.
So this is I see it in my dreams.
I can retell.
You see rams in your sleep.
I can retell the story, but you got it. You got it.
Yeah, sleep. We don't want to retell the story just yet. So see.
You're having nightmares about rams? Is that what I'm getting?
One singular.
You had a nightmare about a ram.
And it had a certain substance on it that on the radio program Football is a Sport.
Honey.
Two Bloody Jones was just investigated for this
Blood?
substance. Ah!
You had a nightmare about a ram covered in blood.
And there's a certain action I tried to do in order to get the attention of the ram.
You waved at it. You tried doing, like, semaphore, like
Boo,
flag.
boo.
Boo! Boo!
You booed at it.
Boo!
Boo.
You scared it.
No, boo.
You were a ghost at it.
Boo. Boo as in you may want to rethink your current thoughts.
You
Boo as in, hey, Douglas Dangle Dougie, get out of my dreams! Get out of my dreams, Dougie! Get out of my dreams
I don't-
and into my car.
Sir, I don't know where you came from. I need you to leave my therapist's office.
But you find it's cool if I stay, right?
Yeah, I
All
mean,
right.
you're my receptionist. I
That
can't.
is correct. I've overheard this entire conversation. Let me say, there's some things you're right about, and there's some things that, as your receptionist, I'm going to have to step in and tell you that you may not be as professional as you want to be.
Okay, but I'm right about the nightmare about a bloody ram.
My reception senses are tingling on that, yes.
All right,
So I
that's
tried
why
to
I
do
pay you.
something to the ram. I tried to do something to it.
You tried to ram it, like with your penis.
Boo, boo.
It has to do with my voice.
You yelled at it. You sang at it.
I'm now before the former.
You yelled at it.
And, it had a reaction of some sort.
It was scared.
Well, actually, I needed to... What did I yell at it?
Hi. Hello.
Doctor.
Yeah,
You've got a phone call.
you yelled phone call at
No, boo. Boo.
it. You called its name. All right, give me the phone.
Here you go.
All right, hello.
Here you go.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello there.
Hi.
Hello.
You've reached Dr. Jones.
Yeah, I was just calling you, trying to get your attention, I'll do that over the phone. I'm calling you, and that's all. Have a good night.
Why the fuck? I need to stop giving my number out to people.
Therapist!
You called for the ram.
But what did I say? What did I say?
You said bloody ram.
I probably did use the direct address to introduce myself to it, but what did I command it to do?
To come.
boo.
To...
Douglas Dougie, Dangle Dougie,
To
Douglas
sit.
Dangle Dougie.
What did I want it to do? I did not want it to be
Does the therapist
near me anymore.
Does the therapist
To
need to
leave.
know that I'm in this room?
Get out!
Excuse me.
Get out of my office!
Excuse me.
You told it to get out of your head.
I am not an it.
Leave!
Yes.
You told it to leave your
I am a
brain!
man.
Yes.
I am a man. Why do I feel like conversation is just going over my head? This is my fucking problem. Okay? These
Your
just
problem?
These men
Who is
are
this
just,
then?
Are just vessels for my problems.
Wait, so you were the one who had a nightmare about a bloody
I
ram.
have a ram in my eyes.
Oh!
I have a ram
You
in
should
my
see
eyes.
a normal doctor about that, not a therapist.
Now I want a therapist. I want a therapist.
I can't help you.
You know what, Dougie? You better sit your butt down in the seat. Sit your butt
I've
down.
been seated.
Open your ears, cause I think you got cream in your ears.
I sure hope not. Am I right about... Did I get it?
Can I tell?
Well, we haven't finished yet.
Oh, okay.
Can I tell the whole story?
Not yet. The
I'm
therapist
fine.
has to guess the
Okay,
final.
so
like-
you had a nightmare about
like
a bloody
games.
ram, and you told it to leave your head.
Oh,
and
I
what
get
did it do?
It didn't,
Because
because it liked being in your head.
Boo.
It liked you.
Boo.
It was afraid of you.
Boo.
It was...
Think more about perhaps biological reasons why
It
maybe.
was too big to leave your head.
Boo.
It was too small to leave your head.
Ding.
It went on vacation in your
Ding.
head. It didn't have a passport to go home.
ding.
It liked
Would you
the
like a
smell
hint?
of your
Would you
inside of
like
your
a
head.
hint? Would you like a hint?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you recall about, I don't know, 42 seconds ago, I
Nope.
referenced the fact that you have cream in your ears?
Oh, it had cream in it.
No.
Boo.
No, Boo
You
is-
had cream in
Boo
your
is
head, so
right.
it couldn't leave.
Boo is right. Okay. So, So now, therapist, when
Yes.
someone has cream in his ears,
Yes.
what is the basic function?
Oh, it was deaf!
Ah, you got it, Dougie! I'm so proud of you, Dougie!
Oh my
Alright.
god.
Well, that was only took about 5 minutes, but I have to charge you for the full hour.
Well, so what would you prescribe as the cure for this?
If you, every night before you go to bed, if you just hit your head against the wall really hard, you won't dream anymore. You'll just, like, have a really weird, restless, black...
I've been taking a pill. Can you tell me if it's a good pill?
I can certainly try.
It's a white pill. I take 2 of them when I wake up and 2 of them when I go to sleep. It's called Spider Goofus. Spider Goofus.
Spider Goofus is a very powerful hallucinogen. That might explain some of the dreams.
Well, I'm taking them because of the ram in my eyes. I'm taking it. See, I figure that if I take it, the ram will go away.
I gotta say, I don't see the ram you're talking about. Are you sure you're not hallucinating that too? When did you start taking these pills before the ram?
No, after the ram.
After the ram.
The ram has been in my head and my eyes for something close to 2.25 years now.
You should go to a real doctor.
I've heard. I'm just a patient speaking on this, but I've heard a rumor that when a ram has been in your head for 2.25 fish years, then you should potentially not see a therapist anymore, but instead see maybe
A receptionist.
a receptionist or the co-host of a radio program.
Yeah, my receptionist can help you out with that.
Yes, I'm my name is I'm the bloodless man.
Yes.
And I'm a receptionist.
Yes, I hired a man with no blood because it was the only thing he could do was reception.
I got it.
Reception 8.
Now take your copay. You got your copay?
Let me check. Am I sure? Am I still under my former insurance provider?
United Concordia for your teeth.
Yes, I have Concordia for dental. I have Blimpy Bloops for health. And I.
Oh, you all right? Yeah.
And
we
I have. Do you take Jim Bob's? I'm currently transferring to Jim Bob's because my husband just got a new job. The benefits are completely different. He's never home. I have to milk the kids all by myself. But I am changing health insurance.
I feel bad for you, but I'm sorry we don't take Jim Bob's. I'm gonna have to milk your kids by yourself.
It's part of a football's health plan.
What? You know these kids will not milk themselves. I need to do particular squeezing and gentle rubbing in order to get the milk out. They do not milk themselves. They're still too young to know how to do that.
Well, I'm really sorry, but your milking troubles and your therapy troubles are pretty unrelated.
Although
I'm gonna take the copay now.
Hold on.
But I'll tell you what.
I have a proposition for you.
Yes.
If I give you double the copay,
Okay. Yes.
will you?
Coldplay.
If I give you double the copay and you can keep a little extra as tippy tip.
Oh my goodness. All right.
And I bring my kids into the office, into the lobby right now. Will you milk them for me?
I'll do you one better. You keep your copay, and I'll milk your kids for free. Because, you see, I don't have any kids of my own, and I always wish I could milk them.
Alright, I'm gonna let you handle this because I'm going to bed.
I'm so happy. Thank you.
You're welcome. But only this one time.
Only this one time.
And next time, please bring your insurance card, and we take Blimpy Bloops.
Okay, then Blimpy Bloops will work. All right. Children, come in.
Hi!
Oh, you're so sweet.
Oh, thanks. My name's Jamie.
Oh, Jim Jamie, is that your
Jamie,
name?
yep, that's me.
My name is Pickles.
Hi, Pickles. Hey, let me ask you kids a question.
Brother, get over here.
Yeah,
Brother!
stand next to your brother.
No, our other brother.
Our third brother, he's shy.
Where's Box?
Box, come on out.
Get over here, Box.
Oh, you a quiet one, Box. Now, let me ask you kids
born without a voice box. That's why.
Oh, is that why
Yeah.
they call you Box?
Yeah, we put a box in his throat so he can kind of talk now.
Oh, okay. I don't know not much about that medical.
You just got wait. You slap me in the chest, and the box will break, and my voice will come back.
We do it every now and then. It's a lot of
Slap- you
fun.
slap me
Yeah,
in
we
the
call
chest.
it boxing.
Yeah.
You slap me in the chest, and my voice will come back, please.
Maybe after the milking. Let me ask you young whippersnappers, a question. How much milk would you say you guys? How much milk you got?
I feel like I'm full to bursting. I think I need a good
And
hard
you
milking.
Pickles?
10 cc every 30 minutes.
Oh my goodness! And you Box? How much milk you got?
Maybe 4 drops, or maybe
Oh.
6, depending upon if it's cloudy out.
Sometimes when we box him, all the milk just drains out of him.
Yeah, that's not. That's not a lot of milk from Box over here.
Sometimes you just have to play with the flaps a little bit.
Yeah.
And you open the flaps, and then the milk comes out.
I promise you, if you just slap me in the chest, the milk will come out. Please slap me in the chest.
That Box, you really pushing me to slap you in the chest, and
He's very shy.
I'm getting a little
Slap me in the
concerned
chest,
about this chest
and
slapping.
My voice will become nice and robust, and the milk will fall out of me.
Now, can I ask you a question, Box?
Yes.
Why don't you slap yourself in the chest? Why's it gotta be a man, like a bloodless man?
Well, because I just cannot do that to myself. It has to be someone else's hands, someone else's arms.
Pickles, can you confirm that?
I can confirm that. It has to be someone else's arms. It can't just be his own hands. 'Cause Box doesn't have hands. He's Box.
Please hit me in the chest.
All right, Box, but only 'cause you don't have arms of your own.
It helps if you pull back the flaps.
The flaps get in the way.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna hit your brother, Pickles and Jamie, John Jamie.
Jim Jamie.
Why don't you two start getting the milk ready?
All right.
And I'm gonna hit Box.
Oh, hey man, it's a box, man. Hey man.
Box.
Hey, Box!
Yay.
You're milking him. Look at it. It's coming
Look at all
out.
the milk.
I'm a ear.
Ah!
Some good milking hand you got there.
It is. It's a great consistency.
Yeah.
Soon come with the milkman. Soon come with the milk out of the butter. Milk a butt.
Box, you sound Italian.
I am from Jamaica, man.
All right, Box. All right.
Sometimes when you hit him too hard, he gets confused and starts talking weird.
That's a high functioning Box you got there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I come from Jamaica.
All right.
Top quality. He's a quality Box. That's what Mom said when he came out her pajamas.
Yep. I got all this milk in me. I need to get it out.
Me too. I have about 10 cc that'll last me for the next half hour.
Hey, man, you know what would be good to get the milk out if we all smoked a spleef?
That could work. That could work.
3 large spleefs. And a big doobie.
Let's pass them around. Everybody, here. I brought some with me. I know Box has some. Let's just pass them around.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, get the milk out of me 1 time. Let the milk out of me 2 times. Get the milk out of me 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6, 7, 8 times.
Get the milk out of me 1 time. Get the milk out of me 2 times. Get the milk out of me 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times.
Gonna grab that milk out of you. I'm gonna milk you good, this I will. I'm gonna collect my milk because I didn't get my copay.
Well, we throw the shrimp on the man, and it's very, very good to see. We're gonna take the milk out of everyone, and it's gonna be enough to fill a jar of milk.
the milk. Get the milk out of me.
1 time,
It's been
2
about
times,
a half
3
an hour,
times,
so
4
I
times,
have
5 times,
10
6
cc.
times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times, 11 times, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then so on. We go, I cannot count because this spleef is going with my head right now.
Big it up, big it up! Big it up, big it up!
10 cc.
Rudy, a message to you, Rudy. A message to you, Rudy.
Big it up, big it up, big it up, big it up!
Oh, okay, so now it's milk time.
Yeah, I got all this milk. I need to get it out of me.
I've got 10 cc's. Please evacuate it from my orifices.
My milk's all spliffed up.
Oh, mine too. Receptionist.
Receptionist, I need you to just come over here and just give me a good hard shake.
All right,
Usually
here we
gets
go.
it out of me.
You boys ready for some your milking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a girl, but that's
Oh,
okay.
Pickles, I'm so
A
sorry.
lot of people think Pickles is a boy.
Pickles, you got a very manly shape about you.
Yeah, it's my striking chin.
Yeah, it's such
my-
It
a
is.
fine
Pickles has
jawline.
always been the supple of the man. The supple one.
But all right, now John Jamie, you go ahead. I'm gonna shake you.
Just pick me up.
Oh yeah, okay. I got you.
Okay, now just sort of shake me back and forth.
Here comes the shake. Ready? Okay. Here we go. All right, Pickles.
My turn.
Yeah, let's get that 10 cc's you've been talking about.
All right, so first grab me by my striking chin,
All right, I got you by the chin.
and I want you to say, ow,
Ow,
wah,
wah,
boo,
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 boo.
and one final boo just coming up, and ah.
Ah, oh,
One
we're both yelling.
CC, 2 cc's,
It's like a countdown. I love this.
3 cc's,
I count up.
4 cc's, 5
Five.
cc's,
And then comes
6 cc's,
And then comes
7
Pick it
cc's,
up,
And
pick
then
it
we'll
up.
have 8.
8 cc's.
And then a 9.
Ah! Ah!
Don't stop, don't stop. I can't tell if you're stopping or you. Please count for me.
9 cc's. All 10.
Thank you so much, Pickles. Now, Box,
Yes.
you got any milk for me?
Oh, yeah.
All right, how much milk you got?
Oh, man. So much milk.
You go ahead and milk yourself. My hands are pretty tired.
Okay. Oh, skabba-dibba-dog. Oh, skibba-dibba-dog. Oh, I got the right temperature to shelter you from the start.
We see that Box begins to levitate off the ground. A faint
man.
white glow appears around him as milk begins to
man.
slowly flow out from his body, floating in the
And
air.
we got the 1 cc and the 2 cc. And
Meanwhile,
it keeps going
the milk
up
that
and
has come out of Jim
up.
Jamie and the other one, Pickles, is filling up the entire floor of the receptionist's office. The milk begins to slowly fill up the entire room until all of them
Now,
are
receptionist,
floating in
would
milk.
it be okay if I lit this spleef?
You got another one?
Oh, I got 30.
That's a lot, but our brother Box can usually store up to 40. Because he's Box.
And therapy. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching that game. We're here every week, as we said.
Thank you so much, listeners. Hopefully that proved to you
Fucker box.
that we can talk about things that are not football.
Yes, hopefully that was evidence enough for you. because we like to fill everybody in on all kinds of different informations and
Yes.
things here on Late Night Football as a Sport.
What
We're-
happened to the milk?
I don't know. Bloodless Man, you were there. What did you end up doing with all that milk?
Hold on. Cut to the milk.
Oh, this milk's delicious.
Yeah, this is pretty good milk. In a half hour, I'm gonna have 10 cc's more.
Come back.
So that's what happened.
That
to
is
the
what
milk.
happened. What a great explanation.
Do you guys ever watch the show Whose Doug Is It Anyway? Where they do the skits and the comedy? Whose Doug Is It Anyway? That's what that reminded me of.
Is that on the Space Channel?
It is on the Space Channel. You got it. It was recently purchased, and now it's on the Space Channel.
Ah,
Good for them.
I have heard quite good reviews from SpoiledPotatoes.com. I believe it has a fully spoiled rating
That's-
because we are spoiled to have it
Yes.
on our television guide channel.
Yes, having it is far better than we deserve.
Yes, we are spoiled.
Football is a spoil.
Football is a spoil sport.
We are spoiled at football.
Yes, we are.
Spoils of football.
We haven't talked about football for several minutes.
Yes.
Now we apologize for that very very detour into not talking about football to prove a point about how we can talk about things other than football.
Yes, but now-
we can bring it back full circle.
Now it's time to talk about football again because
Football is like blood.
it is like blood. It runs through our veins. If we lose too much of it, then we die. And sometimes footballs are red.
And sometimes, if we do not have football, we resort to semi-outlandish procedures that require making an incision on one of our friends right above the bush, where we have to get some of the football from them, or in this case, metaphorically, blood.
Football. We're talking about football.
Yes, hello, Seymour.
Hi, I figure we were talking about football. I should make an appearance at the end of Football as a Sport.
Oh, it's a pleasure to see you. And
Do
on
you
the
have
program.
Do you have a message for your loyal subjects concerning football, concerning anything?
Well, a few weeks ago I talked about the fruit recital. Remember the fruit recital?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, all of you excited listeners out there, if you liked the fruit recital, and you liked it, I know everyone
I know I
liked it.
did.
Fruit recital Volume 2 coming to the football headquarters. It's going to be great.
Wow. That's
Yes.
exciting.
I can't wait. What's the lineup going to be?
Well, the headliner. Do you remember a chef by the name of Awani Smellman, who makes the rice balls at the football headquarters?
Of course, the football
Oh,
headquarters
yes,
famous
yes.
rice balls.
Also plays a flute,
Wow.
and he is going to be the headliner.
Very multi-talented man.
He
Sort of
is.
like Petey, but he's good at things.
Where did Petey go?
I don't know. He got scared, I think, of having his head stuck in my butt for so long.
I think it was a mildly traumatic experience. It appeared he had some encounters with the butt trolls. And I would be, I would have enough concerns regarding the Dingle Witch. But PD was a brave little soldier. He persevered. He went even deeper.
Yeah.
Isn't that what happened to President of Football? He went into your butt, and then he started going haywire, right?
He never went in my butt,
But
but he did go haywire.
he went haywire. Well, he's a phantom, a figment of the past.
Well, he's still in the not captivity, but basically captivity.
He's institutionalized.
He's institutionalized by Gold
for the
Emblem.
foreseeable future.
with that dog John
And Space the Cat.
and Space the Cat. Just
Yes.
two personalities that I will never be able to get behind.
They are
Just
abhorrent.
atrocious human beings.
Truly.
Oh, excuse me.
They're not even
excuse me.
human beings.
Exactly. The inclination is to call them a human.
They
but,
are talking, shitting animals.
Yep, definitely shitting.
Fuck the animals.
Fuck the animals. That's a great sentiment to hear from a president.
Thank you.
Yes, I hope you are being completely figurative.
Oh, correct.
Good.
Ah, good, very good.
Then in that case, it's definitely a good sentiment. Well,
That being said, I believe we are getting to the end of the program.
we are certainly winding down here on Late Night Football as a Sport.
We've had quite the week this week. We are here every week on the steps of WMUZ Studios to do this program for you. We love doing it for you. It is absolutely free. Please tune in every week. And this has been quite the week.
Yes, let's take a moment, as we typically do, to reflect on the things that we've learned this week, because I feel like we've learned a lot.
We have learned quite a bit. We're all about learning on football as a
We
sport.
learned about bleeding and the different ways you can deal with that, whether it be scientific or spiritually, superstitiously.
Blood dancing. We
Blood
danced for the
dancing.
first time on Football as a Sport.
Yes, if anyone is interested in learning how to do the blood dance, be sure to send Sleeve Martin a message. I'm sure he would be more than happy to help you out with that.
You can email us at footballisasport at wmusic.com
Yep.
or footballisasport at amazon.com or footballisasport at nfl.com or footballisasport at hotmail.net.
Yes, we learned about that. We learned about the dangers of butt trolls and other such ne'er-do-wells that may lurk in rectums.
Yes, we learned about the length of your email address and how it's important to keep it fairly brief if the website that you are hosting the email address at is also fairly brief.
We learned about the fascinating, I would say, lifestyle of the subculture that is bloodless men.
Oh, absolutely. It's something I didn't even realize existed.
Yeah, it was. I talked to this particular bloodless man because I knew that we were doing this show about blood, and so I was like reaching out to see what sort of expert on the subject we could bring in. I thought about talking to Petey because he's a doctor, but he's not a very good doctor, so I didn't think he was the best person to talk to. So I was just looking around, and I found out about this bloodless men thing, and I got in touch with our bloodless man. And thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you. Any final thoughts, any plugs you'd like to make?
Seeing as how I'm feeling a lot better and I might be around for a little bit longer, I've been a little side project I've been working on in between my different blood serums that I've been coming up with. I've been writing a screenplay.
Really? What's it about?
It's called There Will Be Blood. And it's about all the different kinds of blood serums I'm making. It's autobiographical.
That sounds riveting.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that compliment you just paid me. And so I'll be trying to make that a movie in the next couple of weeks.
Well, any assistance that you need from us, we have contacts in all parts of the entertainment industry.
My goodness.
We do. We would even love to make a cameo.
Yes.
If
if we can deign to.
Oh my god! The two of you, I attribute to the reasons for why I'm living today. Having me on a guest has given me the blood I needed.
We are flattered.
Yes,
We're flattered.
truly
The show
flattered.
will be an integral part of the movie. I can assure you of that, and I'd love it if the two of you would play each other in the film.
Play each other.
Play each
I would
other.
play DJness.
Yeah.
All right.
I would get to be Two Bloody Jones.
Oh yeah.
All right.
And
well,
that's my plug.
What about Sleeve Martin?
yeah, Sleeve Martin. Do you have anything you would like to plug? Are you working on any screenplays or anything?
I would like to be in There Will Be Blood. Can I be in that?
Oh.
Can I be in the film?
Well, if you recall, I think I drank some of your blood. So yes, you would be in the film.
Would Sleeve be one of the subjects of the film who
I
was
drink blood
in your
too
quest to get
sometimes.
blood? He was one of your blood
Now,
receptacles?
I figure in the climax of the film, which will happen at the very end of the film, because I like to leave on a high note. The very climax will be me drinking the blood of Sleeve Martin and being born anew.
And
sort of
like
then-
a 2001 kind of thing?
Oh,
with
yeah.
like flashy lights and shit?
Oh yeah,
Cool.
but no lights. I don't
Oh.
have the budget for that.
Of course.
And then DeJanus comes out from the side with a bowling pin in his hands, and he beats you up, and you die. And then he sticks his hand in the sky and he goes, "I'm finished," and then the movie ends. Doesn't that sound great?
You got an interesting mind there, Sleeve. I'll tell you that.
Quite an
Thank
ending.
you.
Well, listeners, be sure to be on the lookout for that. There Will Be Blood by the Bloodless Man.
There will be blood.
Yes, there will be. Hopefully that should be out within a couple weeks if all goes according to plan. So that's our show. Thank you so much for tuning in, listeners, as always. Until next week, keep drinking your milk, keep dancing your blood dance, and keep the butt trolls out of your butt.
Yes.
This has been Football is a Sport on WMUC. Good night, listeners.